one of the things that I have stressed to many folks is that you're not just playing on television, you're playing on broadcast television. You're playing on what I call Big Fox, right? That's the one that my grandparents would watch and that my parents watch. And they have been very enthusiastic about the league, and getting to know the players has been some of the fun parts for me. My mother is an extremely big fan of mine, as I would hope most people's mamas are. But we were talking about you and Coach Andrus and how until last week, you guys had been undefeated as a tandem. And then this week you come back, you get a 30-23 win against the Pittsburgh Maulers. What do you think happened from week 1 to week 2 to help you guys get a W in that win column?
Gosh, I feel like week 1 was, I feel like we just beat ourselves. We had the game. Obviously, credit to New Orleans. They're a great football team. We saw what they did last week to Tampa. But we just felt like we didn't execute the way that we could have. And but from week 1 to week 2, really it was just how we respond. Coach Bart talks about it all the time. He wants players that don't react, they respond. And I think our whole entire football team did that with just no one was pointing any fingers at anybody. We just came out, worked, got better. And I think that we showed that. I still think there's a lot of things we can clean up as an offensive unit. But, the way that we were able to execute in key situations last week versus the Maulers was why we won the game. I'm looking forward to seeing, how we continue to grow as a unit and as a team and in all phases, offense, defense, special teams. But, Bart's a great coach. He never gets too high, never gets too low. He's Phil Jackson, and this is a long, long road, long season. So I just want us to continue to get better and, keep being a good football team.
I love the comp of Coach Andrus being to Phil Jackson, because Phil Jackson ran an offense that was called the triangle, and it was mostly based on concepts, right? And I say it was based on concepts because Coach Andrus also is employing a system and an offense that is based on concepts. And you and really Coach Bart were very kind on Saturday night to explain to us in the media that what you're asking for is a rapport between quarterback and wide receiver. And that takes some time to develop, game speed being different from practice speed. Could you explain once again what the difference is between, say, a play calling offense and a play calling concept offense?
Yeah. I mean, well, first of all, you don't need to explain the Phil Jackson triangle offense. I'm a Los Angeles born and raised. Kobe Bryant is my hero. So, I mean, I just had to throw that out there. I love Phil Jackson, love Kobe Bryant, but like we talked about after the game, RJ, our offense it's not just me reading the defense, right? It's the receivers reading the defense. So, part of our game is just everyone being on the same page and entrusting each other. And although Bart and I have worked together in the past, me, other than one other receiver, I haven't worked with any of these guys. So me just being able to trust them and, being able to see that they're going to get their head around or they're reading the same things that I am is extremely important. And, that's the great thing about Bart's offense is that, when we get on that same page, we get that chemistry and we all start to feel like a unit and we all start to see the same picture, if you want to say, then that's when big things happen. And I think you saw that this week in flashes where, we saw cover 0, we saw blitz, we saw them drop 8 empty. So we were ready for everything. And I think that's going to continue to get better throughout the season. So I think that's why Coach Bart's offense is so great, because it gives me an answer for everything and it gives our offense an answer for everything, where some offenses might be, hey, you're going to have 1 to 2 or you're sacked. And with Coach Bart, it's really just, hey, you have all the answers to the test. What are you going to do with it?
It's one of the things that I really enjoy about watching the Stars and you operate in that offense. It's the one team in the league that I knew what its offensive philosophy and identity was going to be. Thanks for watching this video, and remember, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any other videos on the #1 Ranked Show YouTube channel.